yeah. Yeah, so this one I'm going into here is because the Spirit of the Lord moved me to bring out this here because I was taking in Sakari, you know, boy, and the deacon in that camp who call him, I forget his name, but he carried the title deacon. Yeah. Some, not general, but right? Deacon, right? But he was bringing out something when he was confounding a two-third Jake, a two-third nigger now, boy. Because what's going on with that nigger, he trying his best to fight. He trying his best to fight for the Constitution, right? But the thing about it is the Constitution wasn't made for us. You know what I mean? And he's talking about the founding fathers. Right? Talking about the founding fathers and the founding fathers.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln and them now, boy, and George Washington and
Edomites.
yeah, these wicked fucking Edomites.
I saw that.
Right?
Broken up beautiful.
Right? And the thing about it is, they just talk about Abraham Lincoln fight to free the slaves, right? The Civil War was all about freeing slaves and bringing them out of slavery and emancipating them and whatnot, so forth, which is a total lie, right? The Civil War was not to free the slaves. What was going on with the Civil War is that the South was richer than the North because all the money was coming from the South. Because why? The white gold. Where's the white gold? The cotton fields. You understand? So what Abraham Lincoln and these guys wanted us to do was to bring the bring slavery under one banner, one governmental banner. They never fought for no freeing and no slaves. But I could tell you they had cool niggers who fought for them, who drink that juice. Right? So now, this going into what I'm going to bring out here, this going into the atrocities that was done by the Union Army, not the Confederate Army. The Union Army was Abraham Lincoln and the boys and them, which was the North. The Confederate was man like Albert Pike and them, which was the South. Right? So start there, Akim.
The history of the Levites.
No. So I care about that. This. Devil's Sponge.
Well, that's the correct thing, right? The history of the Levites.
Devils, boy. Devils. I want to know. Maybe we can really have concerning the Levites, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The history of the Devil's Sponge Bowl.
Yeah, read it out aloud,
History has always made concentration camps to be synonymous with the atrocities of Nazi Germany.
Nazi Germany, right?
But America has its own dirty secrets about the use of concentration camps.
Right, hold it, right? Because when they hear about concentration camps, you always think about Hitler, right? You always hear about Hitler. But America had the concentration camps too first. Right? And it's the concentration camps started with America. Right? But go ahead.
These camps were located in Natchez, Mississippi,
which is the South. Right? Because the South was the worst for us. Places like beside Mississippi, you had Alabama, you had Texas, you had Atlanta, Georgia, right? You have somebody help me out now. Yeah, you had New Orleans. You know what I mean? The South was the worst for us, especially Texas and Mississippi. You understand? Especially Texas and Mississippi. What? Go ahead. They will find out how nasty it was. Go ahead.
And were used to corral freed slaves.
Right, corral, which means to gather together to round them up. Right? Freed slaves, they're freed slaves. But
during and after the American Civil War.
During and after the American Civil War. Because when certain southern states lost during the war, You know what I mean? These slave owners who living in these southern states owned slaves. When they lost, when their state lost the war, lost the battle, right? These slaves end up being freed, right? And then when they totally lost, right, a lot more slaves were being freed. But it did not end slavery. Slavery was not ended. Well,
as slaves were being emancipated from the plantation, their route of freedom usually took them in the vicinity of the Union Army forces.
In the vicinity of the Union Army forces, because why? They thought that the Union Army, which was Abraham Lincoln, boys and them, was for them, right? That is why somebody bring up from us Sirach 12. It's 10 or 12, boy. Never trust thine enemy. That's that little piece there. I think it's 12. It's 12. 12, yeah. 12 and 10. Yeah, 12 and 10. Bring down
Already.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 12 verse 10.
Yeah, bring it out.
Never trust thy enemy,
Never trust your blasted enemy.
for like a iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Yeah. You know, you have an iron there and you have it for a long time, it will rust.
Yeah.
You understand? So the so-called white man, just as how the iron, you must get iron, rusty iron. They're always wicked. Don't ever trust them. And that is what going with our ancestors when a lot of them they flee in the vicinity of the Union Army, because the Union Army they was under that notion that the Union Army, which is Abraham Lincoln, right? They thought that he was for them, right? But they got a rude freaking awakening. Go ahead.
Unhappy with the slaves being freed, the army began recapturing the slaves.
Unhappy, these Edomites, unhappy with the slaves being freed, they started corral them back up together again. Go ahead.
And forced the men back into hard labor camps.
And forced we back into hard slavery, hardcore bondage. Go ahead.
The most notorious of the several concentration camps that were established was located in Natchez, Mississippi.
Yeah, go ahead.
As the slaves made their way to freedom, the town of Natchez went from a population of 10,000 to 120,000 people.
Overnight.
Almost overnight.
Yeah, because it was a lot of slaves. You understand? A lot of slaves. And we end up populating that place, Natchez, Mississippi. Right? Go ahead.
In order to deal with the population influx of recently freed slaves, a concentration camp was established to essentially eradicate the slaves.
Right? To get rid of we. Right? They was wronging we up ready to get rid of we too. Go ahead.
The men were recaptured by the Union troops and forced back into hard labor.
Union troops are not Confederated. Union troops. Go ahead.
The women and children were locked behind concentrate walls of the camps and left to die from starvation.
Concrete walls, right? And left to die through starvation. There wasn't feeding them nothing at all. You know, they put them in that concentration camp and lock them. Lock them in that camp, the women and children. That is what you did, Esau. That is your work, your handiwork. You know, that is your handiwork that you cannot get away from, all you so-called white people. Right? Go ahead.
Many also died from the smallpox disease. In total, over 20,000 freed slaves.
Right? Already, that biological warfare, smallpox. Right? By biological warfare, the same thing you do with the Northern Kingdom. What you do with the Northern Kingdom? Right? Who you ain't killed by the sword? You use your biological warfare, get them blanket with smallpox. You have a lot of blood on your hands, Esau. A lot of blood on your hands. Go ahead.
Were killed in 1 year inside the American concentration camp.
How much? How much?
20,000 freed slaves.
20 freaking thousand, boy, in 1 year. In 1 year. You know how much was the death rate per day? Per day? Well,
Said the Union Army did not allow them to remove the bodies from the camp.
at all, they lead them, they tell them, they're dead right there, let me see what going on. Well,
They just gave them shovels and said bury them where they dropped.
you see? Let's give them shovel and tell them bury them niggas with a drop. With a dead, wherever them niggas dead, bury them right there. Yeah, hold a shovel. You understand? So that bringing in more disease. Because it's bacteria and whatnot from these dead bodies that you have to live amongst. Well,
The camp was called the Devil's Punch Bowl because of the way the area is shaped.
yeah, but
The camp was located at the bottom of the cavernous pit, located on the bluffs above.
like a bowl now, but you understand? On top of it, but like it's a bowl, right? That's what they call it, the devil's sponge bowl with a hard in there now, but well,
Today the bluff are known for the wild peach groves, but the locals will not eat any of the fruit because some are aware of what
fertilize
the trees.
one of them, right? So within that mass grave site, you know, wild peaches start to grow, right? A whole peach grove, but the people them, they wouldn't eat the peaches. They wouldn't eat the peaches because they know what was used to fertilize those peach trees was the dead bodies of our ancestors. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, go on now.
The other day in the red house, someone milling it over. You hear about the bones?
Yeah. And who is them? Like to show you again. Who them bones belong to? The Northern Kingdom. Because it was mass murder that they perpetrated in order to get here. Right? First was who? The Spanish and them. Columbus. Yeah, Columbus and the wicked men, the wicked band of thieves, murderers, robbers. Right? And then they just want to friggin' give it this miseducation in the fool system, aka the school system, that Christopher Columbus was this great man.
One researcher has noted that skeletal remains still wash up when the area becomes flooded.
When the area becomes flooded, you understand, because you have the Mississippi River.
By
right?
the Mississippi River.
Yeah, because when all that rainfall, the river there's break it bank. You know, so to this day, bones still washing up. To this very sad day. Go ahead.
Even when America tries to bury the racist ways, we must force America to acknowledge what has occurred and not shy away from the truth.
And that's what we're doing. We not shying away from the truth. We literally forcing America. Not only America, but the so-called white man as a whole. We forcing it. Hey, there's your handiwork. There's your handiwork. And then somehow they just want to say about some of you all might just want to say that wasn't me, that was my ancestors and whatnot. But hey, you benefiting. How come you could be walking up in America free? You walking in America free, but my brothers and sisters, my forefathers, right, can't walk, but they have to be on a reservation, right? They own land, they have to have an ID in order to come up the reservation and walk the streets, right? But you fucking Edomites, you all can just walk up and down normal as a cool scene, right? Free and the land of the free and home of the brave, right? Go ahead up.
Let's never forget the freed slaves that died in America concentration camp at the Devil's Sponge Bowl.
At the Devil's Sponge Bowl, I say there. That's now Lamar has stolen some, then you go come here, Carl.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 63.
Yeah, right.
Say, and it shall come to pass that as the Most High rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord Yahweh will rejoice over to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and he shall be plucked off of the land whether thou goest to possess it.
Yeah, you understand, and that will go on because we started to go off. The Northern Kingdom was the first to go off. Then we, you understand, so what he do? He deal with the Northern Kingdom first. Send Christopher Columbus, killing Columbus, to come and deal with the Northern Kingdom first. Come and deal with God, with Reuben, with Manasseh. And you wouldn't believe how I was taking a video with some brothers. They was doing the works, and how they really get to find all these islands was really the Northern Kingdom running away, and they was trying to find them back, was really them running away, How they get to find they know they was over here, but to really find the majority of the islands itself. It was the Northern Kingdom slaves was running away. You understand? So what they do? They one island hopping looking for them, and every island they hop on, they find a fresh batch of slave and fresh batch of land. So they start them they just continue with the killing. Right. Yeah.
Book of Micah chapter 2 verse 2. And they covered fields.
And they what?
Covered fields.
Yeah, they covered fields.
And take them by violence.
How they get Trinidad?
By violence.
How they get Cuba?
By violence.
How they get Haiti?
By violence.
How they get Jamaica?
By violence.
They get America, they get Venezuela, all over they get by violence. This whole fucking Western world they get by violence. That is so-called white man, modus operandi. To rob, kill, thief, rape, everything. Yeah, I'm on it. And then you call it, yeah, go ahead.
And take them by violence.
Yeah.
And houses.
Which is nations. Right, go ahead.
And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah. And that's what they do with us. They oppress me. And oppress me heritage. How we worshiping this faggot here called Caesar Borgia. And how we indulging in all the wicked festivities that coincide with this faggot.
And Salakia, that's how we had the fake Jews. Because the fake Jews, that heritage that they oppress from us, they took it and started using that heritage as their own.
And funny enough about it, they're not even executing it the proper way.
They can't.
Correct.
They can't. It was not for them, so they can't.
Funny enough.
I want a piece of fair act.
That's now. But I hear you'll come at you.
Yeah, bring
it out there, Carl.
Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1.
Bring it out.
It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Yeah, woe to thee that was spoilest. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. You wasn't spoiled. Because the scripture says, they are not trouble like all men. You so-called white people, you ain't trouble like all men. You ain't trouble like all men. You understand? We living in luxury.
They see heaven.
Yeah, they your heaven. So as Lamentations 4:21, you know what I mean? Rejoice and be glad. Edom. Yeah, rejoice, be happy. This is your time now. Live it up.
And Salakia, because just now is the time to sit in the dust.
Come on. Go ahead,
And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yeah, we never dealt treacherously with you. We always dealt justly with you. You understand? But every time you when you read the book of Maccabees, where Judas Maccabeus started deal with them, you know, because he was getting fed up on the atrocities of Antiochus and whatnot. Yeah, that's not we do. He went to make league with the Romans and them. You understand? Went to make league with the Romans and them. But yet still with the Romans and them come and do it. You know what I mean? John Hyrcanus, we do and he put them under subjection and make them start to follow the ways and whatnot. And we end up getting out of that. You end up getting friggin' Herod and them, King Herod and them. You understand? They started to deal treacherously with us. That's why the scripture says never trust thine enemy. The so-called white man will always be you niggas' enemy. Right, go ahead.
It says, when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
And that not only going with us, that going with the other nations too. That going with the other nations too. When you looking to say, looking to stop deal treacherous, is when all these nations will deal treacherously with you. And that will be a pretty sight for thermonuclear missiles to be dropping on America and dropping on England and dropping on Spain. And I would love to see one drop, not even one. I would love to see at least because one Satan to destroy that whole place, but I would love to see at least 5 Satan to drop, which is on France. Because I have a special hatred for you French. Special hatred. Right? Because out of all, I mean to say I'm trying to think, but out of all, the tribes that get shit over by you Edomites, the Haitians get it worse. We get it worse. And we have some up with sleep fall, but anyhow, what and then my God, yeah, go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 5,
yeah.
Say he also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
He's a proud man. The so-called white man is a proud man. So for you to corral slaves, freed slaves, right, and still put them to death, 20,000 in 1 year, and thief land, right, and call it yours, you had to be a proud man. You really had to be a proud man. What?
Neither keep it at home.
You never keep us home. How you get all this? How you get all here? You start off from in Mount Seir. Mount Seir you start off. And to top it off, you thief Mount Seir too. Because it was Hamites that was dwelling in Mount Seir.
In America too, after run the Americans and them out of the land.
So it's really a abandoned prison.
But I'm telling you, it was Hamites that was dwelling in Mount Seir when they really read it. You have it in Deuteronomy. I can't remember what you had it the other day, man. When they got all they kill the Horites or something, so I can't remember, I think so.
But when they see that, and I was just spiritually now, boy, that's to show the power of the Most High. The Most High go take a cockroach to rule the earth, boy.
Can, and that way is the basis of men.
Basis of men, the Most High take them to say, watch, I could do that. And the Most High do. I finish it here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and he put unto him all people.
Yeah, can. Right? Habakkuk 2.
Habakkuk 2 verse 5.
Right?
1:5.
Yeah.
2 and 5.
Right?
Because
You can't keep at home.
man,
You heaping unto yourself all nations, right? Because you must get your new world order. You understand? And you never, the so-called white man, when you try to be ready and truly, you never satisfied enough.
They can't. It's
clarification. That is now remember Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he set everybody with a character. That the character he set on him. And nobody can be nothing else but yourself. And that way he was set up to do. So he will stop doing that. Is why he say he take the basis of men and set them up over us.
As if my phone was working properly, I'd have pulled out.
The basis of men.
I remember to the precept day.
Well,
this is Psalms 50 and 16, right?
Forget about that, Shalom. Forget about that.
Psalms
Go into the song. Go into no, you go into that scripture. But I just want you go into who is Esau Edom? There's a particular page I want to get. I want to get. But go into it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
Psalms 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statute?
Unto the wicked, what are you? Alright, here it is in 19.
Or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth. So it goes back to
man.
our heritage now.
No only that too. No only that. Here it is in the 1980s, right? Here it is in the 1980s. Ronald Reagan said that the Bible, the King James Version Bible, is the rule, is the law and rule of the land. But yet still, you're promoting freaking homosexuality, you're promoting pedophilia, you're promoting bestiality. What else again you're promoting? You're promoting witchcraft. You understand? Everything that the scripture say, that everything the scripture is against, you promoting.
America promoted.
You see, this week one here, Canada legalize animal sex.
Yeah, bestiality.
Because why? Why? What is Esau? The son of the what? The son of the wicked. So he will only do wickedly. That is what he was meant to. All them sodomy and all. That is he played.
Continue on.
You understand? That is he played. That is he played. So he will keep doing that and keep doing that until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua come. And even in the kingdom, he will still be the son of the wicked, because that's who he is. And he is going to be in the kingdom, so it wouldn't change. But there's something from where straight back to the beginning. It's something from quite there, and it wouldn't stop happening until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua come and change the whole system. That is what it is. So Esau will never change. He wicked and vile, he will remain like that. Even when there's a scripture that says about, I can't recall the scripture right now. Even when we get into the kingdom, he will still have that mind.
Yeah, he will not repent of the crime that he did in Revelation.
Exactly. Exactly. So we know, hey, Esau, hey, that is the character the Lord gave you. But we as the children of Yashala now, we had to wake up and do we part. If Esau doing he part, we have to do we part.
Yeah. What you said? This is the book of Esau Edom here, right? Right? Fucking Edomites. Right? This part here is page 16 is called the script, right? Right? Now the man here, the writer of the book here, he giving us something called, as what Maragano is now talking about, part. You know what I mean? The part to play. Right? And that's last week we was talking about the script. Right? Or the theater, because the man who write this book, which is an Edomite, don't get it twisted, he know the truth. But you see the thing about it is, Esau again that is always trying to be deceptive, because what he's trying to do, he let you know that those so-called Jews over there is Esau Edom, right? But he's trying to class them alone as Esau Edom. Now if a man not spiritually inclined, right? You would know. Alright, let me see what I could start from here. The statement by the Esau Edom, who is Esau Edom, page 16. The statement by Shakespeare also has a divine significance to it and a definite scriptural basis, as much as what has happened in the world that has been acted out in accordance to Yahweh's word and his plan for the world. It is not by accident that certain things happen the way they do or that certain people act the way they do, the plans of Yahweh or the providence of Yahweh revealed in the Bible are at work in the world. Thus, the Bible is actually much like a script for a play. Catch where I'm coming from?
Theater.
Theater.
Heavenly Father is God.
You understand? Theater. So you just acting out your wicked role, Esau, but don't worry. Right? Right? It should be noted that the word scripture means anything written. Right? Right? So the Bible is Yahweh's script or writing or what is to transpire in the world and identifies the characters involved. Right? The characters involved. The confusion and misunderstanding so many are having with what is going on in the world today is that they don't know who the main characters are or their roles in the script. That's why everybody's so confused. You understand? And who do that confusion? Esau Edom. Esau Edom do that confusion, so everybody now confused. First to begin with, they don't know who the hell is, especially Israel. They don't know who the hell is, and they don't know what role they're playing, what not, so forth. Because why? Esau Edom come and confuse everything, and we all are one. That's so? Do what, okay? Right? But there's a certain part I wanted to get.
You see now, the scripture now said that he all nations.
Can. Himself.
All is one.
You understand? Must see if I can continue to call more meat on this. For instance, imagine yourself watching a play on stage, right? That's what the man's saying, right? He's trying to describe something here. And one character who you believe to be a servant is actually a nobleman. And the actor who appears to be the hero is playing the role of a thief or villain. One character enters on stage and you don't know the whole, and you don't know what role he is following, and are unable to identify him as the one of the character in the script. Because why is a total confusion going on? You can see how all the events transpiring on stage right before your eyes make no sense. And any attempt to interpret what is happening and what the play is about could only lead to erroneous conclusions. Even with the script in front of you, the story will be misconstrued if unable to identify the characters in the play. And that's why we know you as Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Because the characters, the characteristics that is described in the Bible, who else friggin' fit in it? Who else fit in it? All the atrocities that you have been doing on the earth. You know what I mean? You're eradicating the animals. A lot of the animals going extinct. You're polluting the water. You're polluting the air with your chemtrails. You understand? Cutting down trees. GMO food. Who else fits in that bill, boy? Nobody else in fit in that bill but you, Esau. Right? I'm going to go, I'm see. Watch this, right? Page 18. It is critical we understand who the characters are and their proper role in the script. To clear up the confusion